Excellent. Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's CSCB Coffee Hour. We are joined by Sharon Trilk, who works with marketing and communications for SIPA, which stands for the Statewide Internet Portal Authority. SIPA was created by the General Assembly in 2004 to assist all Colorado governments and to help provide digital government services to better engage with constituents, manage operations, and protect data through technology. So conservation districts as type of local governments can take advantage of the services offered through SIPA. And so Sharon will be going over some of those services today and how conservation districts can take advantage of those, excuse me. And so we will have time for a Q&A at the end of the coffee hour. So if you have questions, feel free to drop those in the chat, and then we will also get to those at the end of Sharon's presentation. And so I will go ahead and turn it over to you, Sharon. Thank you.
Thank you, Kayla, and thank you everyone for joining us this morning and for the opportunity to present to all of you. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and we'll get to the presentation, which is hiding underneath all of those bars. All right, come here. Come on down. There we go. That's what we needed. All right. Can you see that okay?
Yes, we can. We're good.
Okay, perfect. All right. Well, welcome. As Kayla said, we are SIPA. We are here to help Colorado governments put more information and services online. Quick review of our agenda. I'm just going to go over how to work with us, who we are, our benefits, some of the services that we provide that I think might be of interest to you, where you can find SIPA everywhere in Colorado, and some of those other awesome things that we offer. So, you already heard we were created in 2004. Our mission is to provide efficient and effective services for residents through the use of modern business practices and innovative technology solutions. We hope to transform Colorado government's online service delivery and improve the quality of, that's hiding underneath there. I was going to read that all. You can read that. So anyway, is really easy to work with us. We've got a simple form, the eligible government entity agreement, that when you're interested in a service that we provide or a product that we have from one of our suppliers, you're just going to look through our catalog there and select which one it is you want to learn more about or to get a quote about. And we'll schedule a meeting with one of our suppliers so that you can find out more about that and how to implement it. And then we'll get that quote for you. We've already negotiated all of those contracts with those suppliers. So we've got the terms and conditions and the pricing and security standards and insurance requirements. You don't have to worry about any of that. All you have to do is, I need this much and let's get going. Benefits of SIPA. We've got the knowledge of Colorado rules and regulations in government-to-government transactions. SIPA understands the rules and regulations that apply to all of the Colorado public entities, so you have a lower risk because we've taken that on. We offer cost-saving technology solutions and services with negotiated prices that are usually lower so that you can save money. And we help get it for you in an easier way so that you don't have to go through a cumbersome RFP or anything like that. And we provide that one-stop shop for multiple suppliers for you so that you can get quotes from multiple places for the same service. The main thing that might be of interest to you would be our websites, our portal services on the colorado.gov platform. We've got, we use the Drupal platform, so it's pretty simple once you get the hang of the back end to then go in and update your own website. We work with OIT to make sure that we meet accessibility standards and the guidelines that are set by OIT for the state of Colorado, so you don't have to worry about that part at all. You just have to make sure that the content you upload meets those guidelines as well. And then with those, we can also put in payment processing and online forms or custom apps. The payment processing is the same that the DMV uses, so it's very secure, very well known, and pretty simple to implement. And then you can add in yourself the various things that you want to allow people to pay online, or they can come in at your counters and do it that way as well in person. Online forms, again, if people need to say apply for a gazebo permit or to reserve a space at a park, that you can set up that form, and you can also connect payments to it so that it's very easy for them to get that reserved and make that payment, and make it easier on you to pull those reports and keep all of that straight with your bookkeeping. Oh, before I go on, so the other technology services that we do have here, which I was going to touch on some of those next, we've got licensed software, we have cybersecurity, we've got consultants, we offer office productivity and professional services, things for anything that you could probably need to do. Oh, why am I not forwarding? Oh, please. Okay. There we go. So first up on our list, cybersecurity. It's a big problem for governments. It's a challenge because it not only threatens our digital transformation efforts, but governments store sensitive and personally identifiable information. And in small government organizations with fewer resources, this can mean that it's on older, more vulnerable systems. We strive to be a resource for your cybersecurity needs by partnering with suppliers that can assist in strengthening your security, and by sharing valuable resources for your staff and constituents. We have multiple suppliers who offer cybersecurity services, from personnel training to audits to secure endpoint management, where they provide your computers and monitor your network for any trouble, and come in and provide that one-on-one in-person assistance to you. So what I have here is a sample of some of the suppliers that we have that do that. And we've got a cybersecurity resource page on which you can find templates and other things that may be of use to you. You're welcome to download and modify them however you may need for your organization. Google Workspace and Microsoft. So office productivity. You definitely want to make sure that you apply for a .gov domain if you don't already have one, and use that to set up your email accounts, because when you have a .gov domain, it's more authentic to people who see it when they receive it in their inboxes, the members of the public. And there are multiple types of confirmation that are used to make sure they're only available to governments. It's a whole process you have to go through to apply. So it's hard for people to impersonate them or fake a website that is a .gov, and all web browsers know to only connect .gov websites with encryption. So it makes your website more secure and your emails more likely to be opened by people. So you can apply for that .gov domain and then contact us to get that Google Workspace or Microsoft 365 set up, and we'll help you get those migrated over. And then you're good to go for anyone who comes and goes in your organization. A big issue that governments have is trying to connect with their constituents and have those two-way conversations, find out what the people want and need, and get that feedback about things that you're doing. One of our suppliers, Granicus, does this really wonderfully with some of their products. Their main one being the Gov Delivery, which they use for email. So it's like Constant Contact and MailChimp, but they only serve governments. So their platform is more secure and has better delivery rates. And they help you find new subscribers through recommendations to other government Go Delivery subscribers. So they help you build your subscriber base that way. More importantly, they do not sell or share your subscriber lists, which is very critical for all of us in government to make sure that we're keeping our subscribers and our constituents' information private and secure. Engagement HQ is another product of theirs that is more for that two-way communication. So it's things like having polls and forums. Say if you want to initiate a new business plan or new development and you want to get feedback from people to figure out the best way forward, that's a great way to do it, because it allows you to communicate back with them right away rather than that one way of an email delivery. So these are fabulous products. We use them ourselves and we love them because it's a great way to reach people, and they've got great rates of engagement. So we are here to help you. This is where you'll find SIPA is everywhere in Colorado. We serve everyone from large state agencies to small special districts with just one employee. Last year, we added 9 municipalities, 21 metro districts, 10 water and sanitation districts, 3 fire districts, and 3 school districts to get to a total of 494 websites on our platform. So we've got a good base there. Everyone can use these platforms equally and easily. The payment processing that we do, we've done over 8 million transactions for $3.2 billion. It's secure and safe and well known. So it's good for you to put in for your organization as well. And then we like to give back as well. So we've had an innovation fund that we've given out grants to state agencies at a total of $1.6 million. And every year we do a microgrant program, which is open right now. And we've awarded since 2010, 364 of those for a total of 1.6 million. And they're open right now as well. So you can apply for those grants. If you want to do something like get a website, you can get a quote from a web developer to help you migrate that. So you don't have to spend your time doing it, but you can hire someone to help you get migrated to the colorado.gov platform or any platform. Honestly, we're here to help you. And it doesn't mean that you have to be on our platform for us to help you. So we hope you do consider applying for those. They close on July 14th. But yes, the money that we make stays here in Colorado because we only serve Colorado. We're here to help just Colorado governments. So as I mentioned, our microgrant program, we give those grants away at our user conference in September, and we would love for you to come to our user conference. You are more than welcome. It's open to anyone in Colorado governments that we could serve. Last year, we had just over 200 people who attended. We had some great topics that are timely for all of us, the things that we have to consider: cybersecurity, accessibility, the underserved of our constituents. And then, we have people who come back every year. 20% of the attendees said they would definitely recommend attending and coming back. It's held at our offices in downtown Denver at the Ralph Carr Center. So it's on September 20th. And just one day, so you can come on in, enjoy the day on us, food, drinks, and fun reception at the end of the night, and network with your peers and the suppliers that we have, learn more from them, find out about the people tackling the same issues that you are, and have a fun reception at the end of the day. We offer webinars every month where we do in-depth dives on services and products from our suppliers and discuss important topics that impact us all. And you can subscribe to our newsletter to find out which ones are coming up next, and also to get some great information. We try and put tips in there about cybersecurity and events that are coming up, accessibility, and the new offerings that we have that might be of interest to you. We've got some great clients who love working with us. We love working with them. And we've built a great reputation over the years because, again, we're here to help, and we would love to serve you. This is our team. There's just 11 of us. We're small but mighty. And if anyone has any questions, I kind of rushed through everything. I didn't have a whole lot to cover, so I can give you a lot of time back, but I would love to take any questions that you have.
Great, thanks, Sharon. There's just like so much to unpack, and there's so many services. And I think one of the neat things that I know that districts will have to kind of be cognizant of are accessibility standards. And so the fact that any of those using the colorado.gov platform through Drupal kind of helps with that aspect of things. So content uploaded, the districts would have to make sure is accessible, but as far as like the platform goes, you all take care of that. And so that's a big help. And let's see, looks like we do have a question from Bayana. Yep.
I just saw that. So that COVID banner at the top, that's called an alert. And you can go in and change that yourself if you'd like to, actually. There's instructions on the cms.colorado.gov website. That's where Tyler, Colorado puts a lot of their tutorials. And on there, you'll find one that says how to change your alert bar or alert banner at the top. The only tricky thing about that is you can only have one alert banner published at a time. So you have to make sure you unpublish that one first, and then you can actually create a new one yourself, and you can make it a blue or yellow or red background, depending on kind of the urgency of the nature of the information that you want to share. But we've used them in the past to say highlight our upcoming webinar, or if you got an event coming up you want to tell people about, or if there's something like a fire ban in place and you want to say, hey, no outdoor burning right now, you can use it for any of those things. And you can actually put a little hyperlink in there as well and link it to another page on your website that has more information. Thank you, Beth. Appreciate that.
Excellent. Good question.
Yes. Yeah, and when they first put it up, it was one that was mandated by the governor, so it had to stay COVID. I want to say they opened up probably about 7 months ago or so that we could all change it. So it's just recent that we could do that.
And it looks like we have another question.
Streamline. Yes, so we're still in the process of working through an agreement with Streamline. I don't know exactly. I know we've kind of traded contract back and forth with red lines. And they are a wonderful company, especially for small special districts. They only serve special districts, and their big thing is making sure that everything is accessible, and they will take care of that entire accessibility piece for you as part of their services. So they will make sure all your documents are remediated. They will get all your images with the alt text and everything that needs to be there. And they are wonderful. You have to pay for them, but definitely a great way to go if you're considering it. And at the moment, we don't have an agreement. We're hoping we can maybe get something signed later on this year so we can offer them their services to everyone that's on our platform as well. Yes, most likely. I don't foresee that we would be able to pick up the costs that Streamline charges to be able to get everything on your site fixed, if it needs to be fixed at all. Good question. There is not a fee you don't have to pay anything if you get a website or you want online forms or payment processing through us. The only thing that would cost would be all those other technology things like the cybersecurity or the office products or anything from Granicus. So those are ones that we get a discount for those services, but there would still be we'd have to get a quote to find out what it would cost for you, and then you can decide if you want to get it through us or not. You're welcome.
And I have a question too. You had touched on the microgrant program and some projects that may apply to that. Could you kind of expand on that and what other projects could be considered under that microgrant? And then the application deadline one more time, if you could.
I could. So our application is open now until 4 p.m. on July 14th. And on our microgrant page, which I'm going to throw into the chat real quick, you can see a list of previous recipients, and it's ranged anywhere from getting things digitalized, so like old records, old newspapers, getting new websites up, migrating email systems to Google Workspace, because there is that fee to migrate current ones to the new Google Workspace. We don't pay for our grants aren't for, say, recurring costs that happen every year, but if it's a one-time fee to move over, then we can cover that. We've awarded grants to help with accessibility planning, digitizing, I mentioned the digitizing newspapers, and buying things like equipment to do online meetings. So anything that's public facing that allows you to provide more service to your constituents, whether it be something website or something that you do like for meetings and that you can apply for any of those. And the grants go up to $6,500 total. I believe there is a cost for that .gov. I'm not sure what it is because I forgot to ask. I recently chatted with the city of Wheat Ridge and they had just gone through the process. They said it took them about 4 months. And I don't know about renewals. I would think once you have it, you're good, but I'm not sure. So don't quote me on that one. You bet. The best way to get technical help for the website. So if you need just a training refresher, then you can put in a request through partner support at www.colorado.gov. Put that in the chat as well. This will get you to our partners over at Tyler, Colorado, and they can schedule a training session with you for an hour or so to show you all the features of the back end, how to do things like uploading those photos and adding the alt text, uploading images, how to set up, change your menu around, how to set up those pages and those rows and cards. And then if you have somebody that comes on new that needs that kind of training as well, certainly give them a call or email and get that set up, because we want to make sure that you know how to use your websites to the fullest potential. And yeah, they are a little slow. They're trying to get better.
Excellent. Good question, Bayana. Other questions for Sharon? And as far as kind of next steps, if districts are interested in any of these services, and you may have touched on this in the presentation, so I apologize, but next steps going forward, who should they reach out to or be in contact with?
So if they want a website, then come talk to me. And if you want any of the other types of services, Beth is a great one to reach out to because she's got the most information and knowledge. She's been with SIPA for 8 years now. And so she can help you get those meetings set up with the suppliers that we have and help you get going on all of that. And I'll put in the link we have too. So the first step in getting something is to put in a service request form that's at that link that I just put in, and that you can just basically say, hey, I'm interested in, and just list, select whichever one it is, and that'll come in, and we'll get that notification in our email, and we'll reach back out to you to get more information and set up a call.
Perfect. Thank you.
I had a question. So for the microgrants, I know you said it wasn't for recurring costs, but could you apply for a microgrant that would be a recurring cost, but it would be for a microgrant for just the initial development and launch of something, like the development of a specific part of a website that would be embedded on the website, and then after that it could be paid for by the district?
That's a good question. Beth, do you want to take that one?
Sure. So any one-time setup fees would be fine. What we want is you have to have some skin in the game, right? So say you wanted to do something and had an annual license fee. Well, maybe after the first year you got tired of it and you didn't want it, right? So that's not kind of a good use of our money. So, but if you want to get something implemented, takes one time to set up, we help you do that, and then you continue to pay the recurring costs after that.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, yeah. Great. Thanks.
Absolutely.
Oh, and I will put the link to subscribe to the newsletter in there as well. It's at the bottom of that newsletter page that we have, where you can find our most recent ones as well in a feed. So if you're interested in seeing what we've put out recently, you can read those.
Perfect. Thank you. And I'm also going to be keeping my eye out on your guys' webinars on Wednesdays. And so maybe joining you guys for some of those.
Yeah, we're trying to schedule our next one in July that will be with Tableau. They do data analysis. And then we'll take August off because, you know, it's summertime and everybody needs a break. And then September will be our user conference. We'll be back in October after that.
Okay, perfect.
But you can also find all of the older ones that we have on our YouTube channel. So if there's something you know, say you're interested in Google Workspace, we've got ones that we've done in years past that you can look through there and see watch the whole thing.
Excellent. Okay, other questions that we have. And we will be, like I said, sharing this recording later, and then also including all of the links and emails included from this coffee hour too. So everyone will have access to those. Okay, well, one last call for questions. I don't see anything in the chat. Sharon, Beth, we so appreciate you coming and kind of sharing all of the information that's available through SIPA and the resources that folks can take advantage of. And so if it's all right with you, we'll definitely share those emails with everyone else and kind of go from there. But if any last comments?
Thank you, Fiona.
All right, well, thanks everyone. A little time back today.
Yes.
And just a reminder, we will not be having a coffee hour next week. The State Conservation Board will be having their board meeting in Burlington. So stay tuned. We'll share more information about future coffee hours. But everyone, enjoy the rest of your day and we'll see you all soon.